Slow motion. That's the type of time that we on.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, right, man. Man, what started your musical journey, bro?
Man, church. Had to get up Sunday. You know what I mean? Saturday night, watching Apollo, pump it up. You know what I mean? Not having cable, finding out about the box, Channel 8. We had the type of TV we had to got. It was pliers? In between.
Not with the pliers.
Not that one. That came a little later. But you had to right in between the 7 and the 8. Yeah. And sometimes it'll show cold, and sometimes
the antenna with aluminum foil.
Man, I'm talking about. I ain't understand why we ain't had cable. I ain't understand that one. Remember, I said I had older parents. They was really done raising kids. Like, I was just there.
We talked about that earlier. Yeah, like, no, man, nigga, take your ass outside.
Man, for real.
But
outside. It started with that. Pops had a novelty company, Mississippi Country nigga. Player.
What
part? Durant.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, big. Durant, Goodman,
Kosciuszko. Shout out to Mississippi.
Kosciuszko, yeah. That's the home team.
Yeah.
And my mother from Mobile.
Mobile, yeah.
So
I got
they
family
linked
in
up.
Canton.
Yeah. So it started with that. And then my brother, rest in peace, Cool Love, freestyle king. He was just OD with the bars.
I saw some snippets on the gram, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cold. You catch him on the legendary night.
Oh, he gonna rock out.
Oh, man. Cold. So I had to battle him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get woke up out your sleep. Nigga, gas chamber, learn it. Nigga, you got the Friday. Every song, nigga. It's your big brother. Sibo.
Yeah,
it's your brother.
Come on.
So I'm at school rapping Sibo. Niggas like, who the fuck is Sibo? Like, and then I'm with them. So I already had to step up. And then
or the culture or the temperature, you know what I'm saying?
So I knew it was something I wanted to do. I always tried to rap.
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay.
Moms had me modeling and all of that earlier. Shit, I wasn't scared. I used to rock the Sunday school. I got footage of me in Sunday school rocking it.
Rapping.
Church.
Fuck it. We gone.
Yeah. I used to be freestyling while they was, because we was bumping.
Yeah. When did you realize you had something special?
It just used to be crazy shit that used to just happen. Like the picnic, like we used to do this picnic in my neighborhood for one of the family members that passed away. Her name Baby, so we used to have Baby Day. And I was young. And they wanted niggas like to rap. But Cool used to always be the one to rap. So this was like,
so they niggas didn't know you rap, but other than you and bro just sparring and shit like that?
It was just in the basement. I'm going through training.
Okay.
So this like my coming out party.
Okay.
I just jumped out there and went. And like everything came. Like even when the rap was over, cause I ain't write that much. When it was over, I found out I could free. I just was just snatching shit at the whole room slowed down. So I knew that was my training. Like, oh, I'm cold. I'm really cold with this shit. And that's when I started knowing. Because it was basketball first. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was basketball. But they took our courts.
What position?
Point guard.
You played for the school? What?
Yeah, I played for Marshall for a little second Warning. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Marshall, Warning.
Play Warning. I got some championships. We beat Green Bay and we beat some motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm nice with that. Niggas used to laugh.
Nice with the Rock?
Man, niggas used to laugh at shit. We used to do the.
You know what they say? You know what they say? They say niggas that can ball is cold with the raps too. They you know what I'm saying? They making songs and
they go to,
you know what I'm saying?
Every rapper want to hoop. Every hooper want to rap.
You ever heard that, Brad?
Yeah, I heard it. I'm nice with both. What you mean? Like
what Biggie say?
Yeah,
either you slang rock or you got a wicked jump shot. Yeah. But that's when it started, and then Baby Drew Wears the P fucked me up.
See,
the Dre featuring Baby Drew.
You jumping a little far ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, but we go fuck it. Since we there.
I'm sorry.
Since we there.
Yeah.
Since we there. Musical influences. And this shit. You know what I mean?
Like I said, my brother.
First of all, okay, yeah, I want to go there, and then I want to go Vash wise as far as, you know what I'm saying? Let's say industry, if you will, quote unquote.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I started local because I got the.
No, we ain't nothing local around here.
Okay.
There's no such thing. It's just motherfuckers.
It definitely wasn't local. It wasn't local. That's what
motherfuckers that we could touch when we was, you know what I'm saying, on our journey, basically, if you will.
Yeah, I think how they look at artists now, I think we looked at them different back then. So when I heard the Dre Where's the P, it fucked me up. I couldn't believe, man. You know what I mean? They
Shout out to DRE, man.
Key Street. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, man, this nigga cold. And Baby Drew was on there. Buck, rest in peace, Buck 05. God damn, he was cold. So then that made me, I followed the rabbit hole. That made me find out who Baby Drew was and get into Don Breed. You know what I mean? Then that spent me around. My cousin them get to rapping now. So I got a chance to be around the Outlaws, Big Mike, Pimp Snooky, Money Eyes, Fortune Family.
Oh, shout out.
So I like, you know what I mean? And these my brother guys. So I just walk in the house and just see, like, just Soul and they all upstairs smoking, and I'm knowing, oh, he make the beats. Yeah, this bro guy right here.
Working out on pen and paper type shit.
I'm gonna catch him when I'm ready. Yeah, I'm already. I'm a cool little brother, you know what I mean? So when I could use his juice card, but I always came in as me. You know what I'm saying? And
but of course,
Shamrock, you know what I mean? Watching him, you know what I mean? Watching Cuz do his thing, and was nasty with the flow.
Yeah.
Spoiled Rotten. Like, out of all the Trouble Souls, Spoiled Rotten was probably like the youngest out of them.
Yeah.
So he used to fuck with us a little bit.
Come on,
You know what I'm saying? A little bit more. He used to fuck with me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So, like, all of that. I had some great training. And then they got snatched. And then that's when
you had to figure it out.
I had to figure it out. I had to figure that shit out. Yeah, I had to figure that shit out.
What is your Brad, you got something?
I'm listening, man. Man, listen, I'm tapped in. Go ahead.
What is your creative process consist of?
It done switched now that I'm older, because the responsibilities done changed in my life. But back then, it was eat, sleep, and shit. Rap. You know what I mean? And, man, trapping was just, you know, you doing that while you rapping. Like, you.
Yeah.
But you really got to be in there. Like, I'm in there. I ain't got no budget or nothing. I'm just in there. And just so happen we got niggas who, you know what I mean, who understand and fuck with you if they see something. Like Soul, boy, I would just be up in that motherfucker just working out. You know what I mean?
Fuck out.
And I'm like, dog, he got to see something. These niggas got, you know what I mean? Because I'm up in here. I'm in here.
On a good day.
What? I'm in that motherfucker. I'm gonna leave.
On a good day, how many songs did you write in one day?
Oh, that's a good one.
And I'm asking because I know that creative space that can produce a high volume of material.
Yeah, and productivity,
you know
too.
What I'm saying?
Yeah, gang.
Shit, I did a
mix.
I did it in a day. I did a tape. I did it
because sometimes they write themselves. It seems.
They do write themselves. Sure, they do write themselves. They do write themselves.
So it's like sometimes you just like.
I done did a tape in a day. That's nothing. I done did a tape in a day.
Yeah.
wow.
Definitely identify.
I done did a tape in a day. Like, just keep it running.
At least a 710 joint, 710 type.
No, we talking about 12, 13 joints of quality music.
Yeah.
And whoever we need to feature is right here. In the basement, right here.
Yeah, they pulling up.
It's just my day. Everybody done took away the way we worked. We be in Soul Basement. Or upstairs.
I've been there.
Upstairs on Appleton. Wherever we were stationed at. You know what I mean?
I witnessed them.
You only as important as the engineer.
Yeah.
We got an engineer that's as hungry as us. So he up.
Yeah, that part.
So we can go. You know what I mean? And then it might be a day where everybody just be like, you done drop 2 songs that's fire. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can't nobody deny it.
No.
Don't nobody, this is your day. Go. Not everybody contributing to what you got going on in any type of way. Niggas pulling out beats. So pull up that one I had. Like, that'll be a feature. Now you got a tape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how we was working like that.
I was there. I witnessed some of that. Oh, God. Y'all niggas was going crazy.
It was going crazy. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But you would sit there, because you got to wait. It's like it's 3 different rooms, and it's niggas going crazy in each room.
It's a multitude of artists that's, you know what I'm saying, they playing double dutch. They itching to get in that motherfucker. They itching
to get up in that motherfucker. Like, and if you can get in there.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to get up in there and you can oppress these producers, these engineers, you know what I mean?
And
who
the
control
artists. And
the artists who control the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You subject to get your hands on anything. Everybody in that motherfucker. There's niggas in there looking for motherfuckers. You got NBA players in that motherfucker. Everybody is gravitating to what's going on. Wherever we was at, they had to gravitate to where we was at.
I think that's one of the big differences between then and now in terms of just the process of earning that respect, of earning that, okay, you got something to say. Because it was a time, you know, niggas wasn't, you can't even sit at the table if you ain't nice.
Yeah.
You can't be a spectator. You got to go over there and listen. You know
that came first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to be nice.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying.
Like I had to be trained.
Yeah, that's the process of getting there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the big things, one of the major things that's missing from what I understand right now is just it's participation trophies being handed out.
Right. You just going in there because
you
that's
rap,
what you
okay,
want to
give him a trophy. You rap, give him some fuck all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the truth became
they put some marketing dollars behind it, and now you the nigga.
I look at it like this, right? The big homies before us, they had more perks than the big homies before them, which was a hit to the hip. You know, this shit just evolved.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
the
you know
game
what I mean?
definitely evolved. For sure.
And I think they just they caught the good end of it. The young cats now.
They caught the good end of it monetarily. Yeah. Creatively, we caught the best end of it.
Yeah, because, and I'll say this, like you talking about that journey or that tenure, like you saying when they had a hippie to hip hop, but then at the same time that as it evolved, niggas had to develop themselves to be nice, or nobody wanted to hear it. Nobody wanted to hear
you
the
couldn't
masses.
Even rap if you weren't nice.
You, not on the block. Look, first it starts on the block. You couldn't rap on the block. You motherfuckers like, oh man, you stealing somebody else shit, and you sound like no, you ain't got nothing unique. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing unique. That's you copying it, you copycatting type shit. At the same time, and at that tenure, you had to develop a different style, or either for lack of a better term, maybe your character or a physique that embody the culture itself, to where it's like, oh, I get your story. The shit that you talking about is relevant. The shit that you know what I'm saying?
So that was
who you are.
I'm glad you said that. That was my strength. Okay. I feel like my strength never been the flow, the bars, the cadence.
I beg to differ, don't you, Brad?
No, I'm good. I'm good at all them things, but I'm a master at just walking in the room. I'm a people's person. I'm little homie. I'm little homie, and I'm somebody's big dog. You know what I mean? I'm in that era where I'm little homie, but I'm big dog too. So I understand both. So I know my strong. That's what Tony used to win with me. He know I'm not gonna embarrass him because, you know, his life depend on it. The way he move around, he around them boys, so he know how to maneuver. I could send him over here, and I'm gonna be there. In my opinion matters.
Right.
He'll just throw me in there with Ross and them, and next thing you know, I just have a song with the nigga because the aura.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I mean?
It's genuine. It ain't, you know what I'm saying, like forced or...
It ain't forced or nothing. And it's not exaggerated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just real.
I am who I am.
Yeah. That's what Kinky loved about me, because the song that I played him like 3 songs when we went down there for the CTE meeting. And he was like tripping that I was still talking about like balls and shit. But at that point, shit, that's all a nigga had.
You talking about crack cocaine?
Yes.
Yeah.
People, if you don't know.
Yes.
And you talking about Kinky B for people that don't know.
The co-owner of Corporate Thugs Entertainment.
Yeah, I'm aware.
CTE.
Yeah, for sure.
He used to be like, man, you talking about a breakdown or this? So he asked me questions like that, and I'm like, yeah, boom, boom, bop, boom. This. He's like, where the bricks and shit at? I was like, shit.
You tell me, nigga.
Where's that? How they live. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. So he peeping it like, damn, little dog. He ain't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just rapping like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he loved it, G.
Yeah. It was genuine.
It was genuine. He loved it.
He's like, no, I got to talk where I'm from, where I'm at with it or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
So the hype.
It's not like, you know what I'm saying? And it, you know, of course.
I know I'm jumping over, but the hype
Yeah.
scared them niggas, fam, because they was like, oh, we found this the nigga who gonna, they started saying this the nigga who gonna say the label, who gonna.
Yeah, because they realized
it was rough
that's
at the
where the
time.
hunger is. That's where the hunger is.
So it was kinky people.
Right.
Because I'm the first nigga, Kinky never even fucked with artists. I'm the first artist he ever even looked at. Everybody who on CTE come from Jeezy. They beefing at the time.
Damn.
We don't know it.
Yeah.
But what the city don't know, motherfucker could have went with Ross, but at that time, come on, man, we talking about Snowman.
See, he jumped the gun.
I had to jump the gun.
He jumped the gun. Well, this is a journey, anyways. But that was another intuitive question as far as the demonstration with Tony Neal, CTE, also the experience with. And I seen you said you elaborated on this on another pod about the experience working with Nipsey. But continue with the CTE story.
What you mean up against? No, well, at that time, yeah, as far as on their label, it was 211. C-Dub, Blood Raw had hit it. Remember, Blood Raw had just hit it. My nigga Rocket from BMF. That's the only nigga that I knew, like, knew. I fucked with Rocket for years.
He didn't gain a lot of traction though, did he?
He did all right. You know, that was like the Smack days.
Okay.
He was on Smack heavy. He Lil Meech manager now.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? So he doing this thing. Shout out my nigga BMF Rocket.
Yeah.
You know, Meech home, so I know what they finna do.
Okay.
Because, you know, we had a nigga from here signed with BMF, CT.
Okay.
So that was the link. And I ended up clicking up with Dude. Me and Dude got cool.
Just good vibes.
Just good vibes and we clicked. Yeah. So when I came into the situation through Akon grabbed me at the Onyx at one of Tony Neal parties. We flew to Atlanta.
Shout out to T Neal too, man.
Shout out to T Neal, man.
Like the gang.
The nigga fell in love with me, G, because I'm working the room. But he was like, man, I ain't really fucking with no artists. He had Lady Gaga at the time. She sold all that music. So he sent Red Cafe to Bad Boy. French Montana was fucking with him. He went over there to Maybach. No, not wasn't even Maybach yet. He went over there with he was fucking with Gucci now.
Yeah, he did.
He went to go fuck with Gucci now.
He did do a short stay over there.
He had a
with what's the old girl, the management Flocka moms?
Miss Dead.
Yeah, Miss Dead. Yeah.
And he had me. I was only there for a couple weeks. Fucking with Akon. He was like, man, I fuck with you. You remind me of Jeezy. I'ma call Kinky B and set up a meeting. When I call you, be ready. I'm like, all right.
Ready.
He called like 3 days later. Like, man, you got a meeting on this day. I'm like, damn, all right. I go to the studio to tell, Soul and them. They just so happen finna go to Atlanta to do some shit. So I'm like, man, I need to jump in. They like, bet, go get your shit. I go grab my shit. Come back, G. Jump in the car. Before we hop on the highway, we get pulled over. It be like 3 cars deep. We get pulled over, G.
What?
I got a bench warrant, G. She I gotta take you. On the highway right there.
For jaywalking.
I said, listen.
To the car.
Man, you ain't gonna believe this and that. I know you don't care. I break down what's going on. She kind of look in the back. You know what I mean? She like, bench warrant, they gotta take you.
Yeah,
she like, man,
pressed.
Maybe I'll hear about you later. We make it. We make it just in time.
Oh, what? That was love.
That was love. We get up in that motherfucker. Dude fall in love with me, G. Kinky.
Oh, okay.
Like, I walk up in there. I probably be in there for about an hour. And later on, about time we was checking into the hotel.
I'm sure motherfucker heard some records
Yeah, I played like 3 or 4 records, but
Okay.
he already Akon already
Yeah, he gave the stamp on.
gave the stamp.
Yeah. Right.
And then he called Milwaukee and talked to Black from Blackout.
Yeah.
Free Black.
Yeah, free
And
that man.
you know what I mean? That was the pass for the streets. So whatever he told, I never asked what their conversation was, but he let me know who his validation was for me. Like, yeah, Black. And I was like, oh, okay, that's where that come from. And then the way we was moving down there, how we all came down there.
Yeah.
So that was
Milwaukee got a we a little different.
Yeah.
We hit them cities and
You heard him say we was 3 cars deep.
We was 3 cars deep, and
while
while I'm in there, they outside. You know what I mean?
So heavy, man. You gonna think we
back.
is from here?
You know, niggas pieced up and shit. I had the little chef then. You know, we looking good, Air Mac boots and shit, Nietzsche's, whatever we was wearing at the time, Pellies.
Yeah.
We coming down there to work and fuck off. You know,
Yeah.
it's going down. He like, who are them niggas outside? I'm like, man, they're my niggas. They like, they from your hood. I was like, we from all Milwaukee. You know,
Right,
we
the entire
from
city,
everywhere.
yeah, representation.
That's the representation of the city right there.
Squad, yeah.
My producer out there, my big homies out there, this, that. My guy out there, this all the folks.
Mm-hmm.
He probably called by time spoiled and everybody was checking into the hotel. The was calling for the address. He sent a limo. And it was on.
It was up from there.
It was on. It just so happened Youngin and a whole couple more OGs from the town flew down there, and they was around there at that time, and they made the campaign that much bigger.
Yeah.
So we Voltroned.
Yeah.
And it was ugly.
Because we got work. It's like we came with suitcases and artists, producers, man, graphic artists, motherfucking cameramen, all that
I'm
shit.
jacking.
Yeah.
It was I'm jacking.
That was hard. Yeah.
It was I'm jacking. Then Soul had just moved down there, so me and him outside running around.
You said what? Say what?
Me and Soul he moved down to Atlanta. So I come down there, I'm down there with him.
Mm-hmm.
We just everywhere. Tone got it easy, really, because I'm down there, we working. We down there getting into it. Walking the Soul had to really let me know that it was like that. I ain't know it was like that. It was a club called, Echelon? Upper Echelon. We up in Upper Echelon, man. Jody Breeze, Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka on fire at the time. Nigga named Bone.
Y'all just down making
He had a song called Juke. Yeah, we just up in there. Really.
Remember that nigga Bone?
So, like, nigga, you know who you is. Nigga, they looking at you, nigga.
I remember Bone.
Remember Bone?
Yeah.
Do. So, you know what I mean?
What was that song he had? He had a
song called Juvie.
2010 or somewhere, 2009. Yeah.
He was signed with Def Jam.
Yeah.
Cool guy, too. Cool guy. Yeah, in the classroom.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was my man.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, man, nigga, you know who you is, nigga? Because we outside of where everybody at. We really on some Milwaukee shit. We just down there. So I'm like.
Inevitably.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Milwaukee shit.
Man, so, like, man, walk up. They ain't gonna say nothing. Soon I walk up, fam, like, what up, RIZZY? Yo, you all over there low?
I already know.
I'm like, what? So, we in there.
Yeah. And that's all it take.
My fault, fam.
That's really all it take. You know what I'm saying?
We in there, fam. And then that like really opened up my door too, because I'm really about this music. I'm just really wanting to do the music.
Mm-hmm.
This therapy for me, you know what I mean? I'm trying to shake this trauma up off of me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? This shit is therapeutic.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why this shit working. I
wanted to pivot a little bit. Your top 5 influential artists. Now we said we tapped in again on our peers. I would say peers. You know what I'm saying? I don't like using the term local. That's weak as a bitch.
Our peers.
Because again, I draw inspiration from, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers that I could touch. Like Brad drop a joint, I'm like, this nigga going crazy.
No doubt.
Soul make a beat, I'm like, oh, this nigga,
no doubt.
man.
No
you know
doubt.
what I'm saying?
No doubt.
We just, again, it's look what you elaborated on earlier as far as like just being, sometimes it just takes us being in those rooms and in those spaces to where one that is in those positions can kind of tap into like, oh yeah, bro really about that, or bro really like that, you feel me? But as
you said
far
top
as,
5?
Yeah, top 5. Yeah.
SIBO.
That nigga just keep pulling these heartstrings, fam. Niggas here,
Undeniable.
Brad.
Yeah, facts. Come on with it. Come on.
Brad.
Yeah.
Scarface.
The other
Face.
Brad Jordan.
Yeah.
That's my name too. That nigga said to me, I'm dead. That nigga said to me,
Tupac Amiri Shakur.
Yeah.
Sean Carter.
Okay.
I got one more.
Mm-hmm.
For me, Top Authority.
Yeah.
For me.
Do you know that
Rated G album.
Niggas don't
Poppy.
That Rated G album.
Niggas don't know. For all y'all outside, I don't know who, what demographic, what, you know what I'm saying, what side of the town, what side of the city, the state, or hemisphere you was in, bro. That Top Authority hit Milwaukee like a tornado.
Yeah, you had to be there.
You had to be there.
And it was at a time when it was only really the East and the West.
Who was making them beats?
I don't even know.
Nigga.
And it's crazy because, like, I'm a historian with all of this shit. So it's like, I was the TA fan, man. TA, the Dayton family, like, them was...
Yeah, Dayton family on
Flint, Michigan, back then?
Really? Get the fuck out of here. For real? That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that shit was phenomenal, man. Like, it was undeniable. And it just popped up. Like, it popped up in the middle of the West Coast dominating shit and Bushwick Bill.
Nigga, let's see it. Havana Joe story.
Like all of that real shit though. At the time when Big Mike went to the Ghetto Boys, them niggas was there. Like they was in the, you know what I mean, in the conversation. So, man, TA was the shit, man.
See, but I put a post up on Facebook.
I
put a post up on Facebook the other day. I said people start watching music instead of listening to music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
elaborate on that for those, you know what I'm saying?
And then I was like, if you know, you know.
In the high rises. You know
so here come the arguments. And then I
for the niggas
quotation
in the
my opinion. Yeah, so you know, back in the day when we was young, you listen to the radio. If this shit really meant something to you, you jumped into the screen of the lyric. You know what I mean? You can see it out. That's why Slick Rick is great.
Yeah,
that's why.
Because a bunch of songs didn't have visuals.
We couldn't even get on videos then. Wasn't no MTV. You know what I mean? You really had to.
They had is BTS type time. Like you know what I'm saying? Maybe if they was rocking a actual show type, which you really probably wouldn't show. It was just a party that you know what I'm saying.
And that was special.
You know what I'm saying? Mike MC.
Yeah, and that was real
I'll give you a good
DJ
example.
and
like,
the MC.
Yeah, like the Doobie Brothers, everybody thought they was black. You know what I mean? You ain't have to look a certain way to be cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Them white boys was cold with that music. You know what I mean? They the reason we got Thriller and shit. Cause them the ones who played on Thriller. You know, Michael McDowell and all these motherfuckers.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But then they made the video. So out of Thriller, out of them being cold like that, musically, the visual was born off that. And that's where the marketing came in. You know, really. I mean, that's
making
why
it
lyrics
tangible and
now if you look the part, and now you got industry plants and all types of shit.
Which is the reason Milli Vanilli became as big as they once did because you know, like them boys was talented, like they can sing, but since everything was already in place and they had the look for that time, it was an androgynous type.
You couldn't
look
fake
going into the 90s.
You couldn't fake that
weird.
shit. You couldn't fake that shit.
So
wasn't no. If it was auto-tune, do you see what Zapp was doing with the tune back then?
I'm gonna tell you something.
You had to really be cold with that shit.
So look,
Ice slid in.
Well, look, but that was a gimmick though.
He had a writer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I mean.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna tell you something too though. With what Zapp and Roger did in reference to that, it was different than the auto-tune. So
yeah, they got to talk about it.
They had to talk about
I know the difference.
So Cher, obviously, Cher was the one who kind of introduced that with the song "Life After Love" in '99.
Are you sure? Because I ain't gonna lie, I did see a doc about that.
Yeah, that was the first version of auto-tune.
Yeah,
and T-Pain chased the motherfucker down, and then 6 years went by.
You're right.
Zapp just made it what it is.
They did. He
wasn't the first.
It was like
the first person that was using synthesizers. You know, you could argue
in that way.
Elton John, Marvin Gaye.
They really
you can really.
Yeah.
They took
just
talent,
manipulating the sound.
they took natural talent
Fam, they
and
smashed that
modified
shit.
it.
Yeah, everything
Yeah,
is a
for
sample.
sure. Yeah.
Somebody made an original and it gets
Prince.
sampled 1,000 times.
We could put Prince in
All
that,
over.
too.
You know what I mean?
He was doing some weird shit.
He was one of one.
Too, though.
Definitely
Prince
one
was
of
cold.
one.
They can't fuck with him
27
on that bass.
instruments on his first album.
I mean, he was doing some. I'm talking about some really innovative things vocally as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like vocally, and not only vocally, like the finished recorded track.
But
You know what I'm saying?
Prince studied. He knew who he was.
Parliament.
He studied the chakra.
Yeah.
And he was on that early.
Yeah.
You know, the shit
Yeah.
that'll just make you pop your
Yeah.
head.
Sampling. He was inventing the sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
That's when niggas was turning the faucet on for real, using the actual water dripping on the record and not a replicated sound. So you can't replicate that sound.
And
you know
then
what
the
I'm saying?
sound is getting recorded on reels.
Absolutely.
So it's more expensive, but you getting it raw. So the digital shit, you know, this shit flat now.
It's frustrating too.
Shit flat now.
It's frustrating you. Why you think so, bro?
It's frustrating only because it's frustrating on one part because it's like it cheapens the experience and the creative process for some people because it's like I had a DR3 in a joint with 1,000 fucking sounds, a street box with 1,000 sounds that was once created from scratch that they replicated, put into a machine, and then reproduced the still version of. So it's like, well, damn, now I can go in the studio and say, it's more convenient, but it's microwave versus baking the cake in the oven.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about Prince,
Digital and analog.
exactly, it's digital analog, yeah. So when you talk about Prince creating these sounds and creating this
I come from an
experience,
era of ADATs and you know what I'm saying?
yeah, like,
Well, they
yeah,
get
like-
it faster now, so
And that
you
it
need
is
the
something
digital
quicker.
because it comes so
Yeah.
faster now.
That's why a good engineer can say, this ain't right. It might sound good to a consumer who may not have an experienced ear in terms of dissecting the sounds outside of consumerism. But, you know, when you're talking about a real good engineer, it's like, that shit sound good, but
That's why you got niggas like Killer
this
Mike
out.
winning Grammys and
100%,
shit. Because
which
they
had a phenomenal album,
they
by the
took
way.
that old approach. So this,
Phenomenal album, by
for
the
me
way,
to
man.
do
It
Havana
is.
Joe
It
stories
really is,
at
yeah.
this part of my career, it was you know what I mean?
It was only right.
It was only right.
It's
Yeah,
form fitting.
yeah,
Right, basically.
because it's gonna make you
Not
remember like,
formulating, but form fitting.
yeah, we missed this. This is real talk.
It's
And
a
then
version of
you gotta
Illmatic.
think,
That's
the
why I
dirt, the
enjoy
dirt
it, whether
shit
you know
going
it or
on.
not.
Yeah, because this shit is coded. You know what I
It's a version of
mean?
Illmatic, man.
This shit's supposed to be thought provoking.
Yeah.
Do you guys listen through music or do you just skim
skim
through it?
100%.
You know what I'm
for sure.
saying?
Talk peak teeth.
You know what I mean? Sometimes I ain't got to tell you
Yeah.
I shot John.
I could just
You just gonna
It's
know at the end of
innuendos
the
and
rap that
implications.
John
Yeah,
get
for
shot.
sure.
Right. It
riddles.
provokes, like you said, it provokes a feeling. It provokes a time or space
Yeah.
that is unwarranted to some, you know what I'm saying? Some
It's
like
verbal
I said,
cinematography,
manufactured.
man.
You got to be
verbal-
witty.
in real life,
Yeah,
no bullshit.
it's
you know what I'm
a
saying?
skill. It ain't no skill no more. No. Like
Yeah.
I ain't
And
gonna say
that's
no
where the
more
frustration
because
for me
it,
comes in.
There are artists that
they sounding good. Like I love what they doing. It's just a new thing of it, but
I'll sit Cole up there.
this shit turned to art now. For me, it's art.
Like Cole really don't. Cole goes in some places lyrically and storytelling wise. I'm talking about. We talking about this tenure, okay?
And we all from the same generation, though. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like it's reminiscent of what we was influenced by, what we came up on, and what we was poised
Correct.
to create.
Correct. Correct.
So
And to pivot off of that, damn, I was gonna piggyback off of something else, but either way, to piggyback off of that, you got numerous projects published right now. We wanted to take a more deep. We touched on it a little bit, but I wanted to take a more deep dive into what inspired you to actually this project that you got out right now, entitled Havana Joe Stories. What inspired you to do that? We touched on it a little bit as far as like you wanted to evoke that feeling or those times or those, you know what I'm saying? But you probably can elaborate a little more as to whatever, because just because you have one focus, that doesn't mean that the response is like, you know what? That was the focus as well, because you got you know what I'm saying, out of the track list. I ain't gonna lie, it's some today shit going on that you touch on. It's some that time shit going on too that you really touch on, and you did it very well, very strategic. So I want you to let the people, you know what I'm saying, to let them know what inspires you to do so.
Just the nostalgia of the shoe. You know what I mean? Like the dress code. I remember was a time where we don't got designer stores. So you can go to any location of Bouchard's and you can get our version of designer, which was the Coogis, the Havanas, the Guess. That was like the top shit with the Pelly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can get one piece. Sometimes you can get it all in overload.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know I came up wanting it, getting it, having it, and the part that played to the music. Cause I know when I throw on some Pradas or a Gucci, a Louis hoodie, go hit the club, I really want to go to the studio, I'm going to rap like a motherfucker. So I'm like, damn, is that what Shamrock and them was on? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know
can we call them our forefathers?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I know what we doing. I know what I'm doing in my era. Yeah, I just know what I'm doing in my era. And I was like, damn, I remember I only wanted to wear these shoes because the dope boys had them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They had them, and the whole dress code. We copied their dress code, whatever they doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you was fortunate to get it, or you can ask for it or borrow it or hustle for it or something. But it was a click. Like the time and the things we had going on. You had Northridge, you had Capitol Court. It was just where the city, 1998.
Now and shit.
Afrofest cracking. Yeah. We got everything. It's lit. Traffic.
Jam,
we got traffic. Jam for Peace still going on.
Peace. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really. It ain't too the family still intact. Damn near. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody probably had maybe one or two blows, but the family, the neighborhoods,
real shit,
it's still intact. This a good time.
You want to pause it?
Yeah, pause.
Yeah, all right, we pause it.
That's some real shit, right? One or two blows, and that was it.
Yeah.
We're right back. My bad.
Yeah. This shit real, man.
Hey, keep that. Fuck you ain't pause it though. All right, we good. Yeah, that. I come up in that times. I probably was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
And to be candid, I moved here when I was like 10 years old, 10 years old. Mississippi, Kosciuszko. Yeah,
okay.
That part. Yeah, and when I moved
got to
here,
talk. We might be damn cousins, man.
At the game. Yeah. 21st and Clark.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it was really foreign because I never visited before. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about my backstory, but at the same time, you know, we try.
No, because it coexists. Because it's the same story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the same. Right. All this shit the same story.
Right. But growing,
Mr. Do It the Devil said it himself. Ghetto to ghetto is the same old story.
Remember my pop said that shit. My pop said that shit when I was finna move back to this motherfucker. He was like, I just want to let you know, it's the same shit, different toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just what you make out of it. And he said that. He's like, it's just what you gotta make what you want to come out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Sham and the dress code in those times, like yeah. Speaking of the dress code, and some of the skits that you got throughout the album.
Yeah.
I was trying to call him. I wanted him to call in and, man, big up this fucking album.
Yeah.
Because that's how much it resonated to me. I'm sure Brad can, you know what I'm saying, piggyback off of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you did your one. You did your big one, Pete.
I appreciate that. And the love is coming in abundance, too.
Yeah.
Like
as
payment,
it should. As
platinum.
it should. Yeah.
Right now? Right now,
so
I went platinum right now, if you ask me.
Everybody sleeping on this joint, man.
I went platinum.
Wake the fuck up, P.
I told you what it did for me, man, because I wasn't around all of them years. So, you know, for me, it's a lifeline. It's a phone call from the joint, man. It's a glimpse into what was taking place. The shit that I wanted to be a part of.
Some pictures.
Yeah, all of that. You know what I mean? The shit that I wanted to be a part of, the shit that I knew I was missing. Because, you know, for me, the summer was everything in Milwaukee. you know, because the winter seems so long and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
it is.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
long enough.
Long enough.
Let's just
but
say
yeah,
that.
it's you know, it's a glimpse into a time, man, that I don't think is appreciated enough for the guys that lived it. You know what I mean? For the guys, for the people that wanted to be a part of it, that only hear the stories. And I think it's just it encapsulates a time of appreciation that it was important to what's happening right now. We didn't really realize how much we was gonna miss that time, and how much we was gonna realize, damn, that helped shape and mold who I am as a person. So that's what it did for me. Whenever I, you know, anytime I play to listen to it, it's just like, damn, it's nostalgic, but it's also forward thinking, because you know the past creates the future and makes the present as important as it is right now. So yeah.
So for an album, I always studied like album titles.
Yeah.
The Beatles, Johnny Taylor.
Thought-provoking,
You know what I mean? Like real life,
yeah.
like these titles to catch you.
Yeah.
Because like I said, back then, you had to listen. So you will hear a title, you already know, like, oh, that touched my soul where I'm at right now. I gotta go get that. So the capture, every year, you know, you had these playbacks of they call them wrap-ups.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? But it always be one thing that was like that.
Yeah.
That trended that year. For the last 3 years. And I was thinking, like, damn, what would that be? And I couldn't think about nothing but the outfit. No matter what color it was.
And to touch on that, I wanted to talk about, we come from an age to where graphics, you know what I'm saying, the artwork of a project, and I think you kind of you know what I mean, alluded to that as well, as far as what was the inspiration behind it. And you know what I'm saying, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna put me as a young, you know what I'm saying, young Ray RIZZY in these Havana Joes. I just maybe, you know what I mean, whatever the case is, or my environment.
It's art.
You know,
So what you saying with the environment is art. At that time, I think a lot of us, our parents was around the same age, around this time, a lot of us. So in the black community, themed kitchens, that was like, I guess that was like black decor. It was, whether it was cows, apples, sunflowers, bears. You walk in a black person house.
The motherfucking
they got a
black and
themed
white
kitchen.
tiles.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mama had the cow kitchen, overloaded on it, everything.
Heavy wood in the motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
I got the all orange joints on that I'm rapping about. And I ain't put this together when I was making a song. It's just I was really thinking back. Like I remember when I had the orange joints with the black Guess pencil pocket, with the orange with the gray and orange Coogee, with the black Coogee.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And I took the picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the par and the Sprite.
Yeah.
Before activists. If you look in the cover, I got the par right there in the Sprite.
Man, look, that
ninth grade, 1998, ninth grade.
Yeah.
Lil Fred took the picture.
Ooh, shout out Lil Fred.
Like, it's just like art. You know what I mean? This is something I could tell my nephew, his son, my godson. This is something I could tell him, like, this picture. Like, because everybody look at the eons
What
and shit.
you had, Brad?
I was just thinking when he was describing it, because I can see the album cover already anyway. I listened to it, but like that attire is just as important to our culture in Milwaukee as a Dickie suit is with some Chucks to LA. As a pair of wheat Timbs or 6-inch Timbs is,
or a flower shirt in
part
Miami.
of New York, like all of that.
Or a flower shirt in Miami.
To the 80s when Fat Cat and them was like on the 190 Benzes, and like that shit is just as important to us as it was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it listen, man, it's a jewel. And I know sometimes it's like sitting a cup across the room and I'm gonna throw this penny in there.
Yeah.
Then when you make it, you be like, oh shit, I made it.
No, for real.
So it's one of those, like, it's that type of shit where I know what you set out to do and you accomplished that.
And I wasn't trying to say, like, this is the true story. This is through my eyes.
But that's what it is, though, and that's
This
why.
is my Havana.
Because
Well,
look,
everybody has a Havana Joe story.
I was gonna say, and
this is through my
that's
eyes.
what I got.
And this is what
else,
became.
Whose else lenses could I tell us?
Yeah.
But Soul say it in the song. If you listen to the intro of Staying Alive, man, it's hard coming for a week, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had to live to talk about it. Havana Joe story. Straight it is.
Straight is.
Real shit. When you break down my balls, I talk to him.
Mm.
Get your table full of pounds and work. We run through it. Never put your heat out of the man that don't use it. Came up on Baby Drew gangster music.
Yeah.
That's the beauty in the artistry,
It's
though.
still,
You feel what I'm saying?
It's still rules. Like it's still.
Oh, yeah.
And then I did a modern song because I'm like flashing back. I'm in today's time, but if it was some visuals, it'd just be me flashing back. You know what I mean? And I said on this one song, I said,
Still
running it back to back off cap, that's no cap.
Yeah, what? Cybertruck joint.
Kiss the bottle,
Yeah,
bless
still.
the bottle, kiss the bottle before you drink that. Old school rules still apply to some people. Old school rules still apply.
Yeah.
To some people.
Yeah, to some people.
Huh? I mean, it was hard. It was. I was
ain't gonna lie.
I was shooting video.
That
I was
would've
down there
made
the first nigga shooting
indictment easier.
videos.
Look, that would have made the indictment easier.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. We didn't want the visuals, though. I always wonder.
Not saying so much that.
No.
It would have made it.
We didn't want to shoot it, could.
Yeah.
We didn't want to shoot it.
No.
Like I'm jacking had to get edited 3 times because it was too much going on back then. And you got to think, this is the first big video since in my projects.
Mm-hmm.
That was the gap.
Yeah.
So I was shooting the videos like
I'm
a
jacking here
motherfucker.
when? I'm jacking here with 06?
No,
I bet he close.
07.
07, somewhere
Man,
around
I said I bet he close as a motherfucker.
07,
Grab
08.
almanac.
Okay.
I got signed in 09.
Yeah.
What's it called? It was 06. What's the song? Damn, with Boosie.
Keep It Up, Risco.
Keep It Up was 06.
That was the hottest
You're
shit
right.
out in the city. Shout
Keep
out
It
to
Up was
Risco.
06.
Yeah,
Shout out
man.
Risco.
Oh, damn. He got a door.
Keep It Up was 06.
You know, he got a
Jack was
son
07, 08. Yep, definitely.
working out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Young Boy, too.
Yeah,
on
definitely.
that.
Yeah.
For shit short. On the album, you got Nephew on the tracks. Capo.
Capo, yeah. Capo.
My apologies.
Capo.
My apologies.
No, all good. So that's my best friend, my nigga Sneed. That's his son.
Okay.
So he had him young. So he used to come be with us.
Yeah.
He used to come to the studio and everything. So he'd start making beats. And he sent me some beats.
Seasoned.
And I'm like,
He's
it tripped me out because I'm thinking he
He's
finna be
fucking
under
seasoned.
the you know, the young act. But I was like, oh shit. Like, boy, this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I jumped on it.
Yeah.
And then I threw my man on it. And yeah, he snapped. He snapped. That fucked me up right there.
For the record, Capo, I'm coming for you, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
Oh yeah, we got some. Yeah,
Man, I got green
He
cards
can't wait.
and food stamps. You gotta work with me. You gotta work with me.
He can't wait. He can't wait. And then the song meant so much. The song meant so much to me. You know what I mean?
Right,
29 Dubs. I dedicated that to
yeah.
bruh. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, on that, and to go into that, you got some new talent on this album that you showcasing as far as that I believe got this wave for these next couple years.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give a big shout out to Dutch, and I'm also a big salute, as you alluded to 29 Dubs for Sam.
Sam is nice.
S4M.
Sam is nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's my man, Lil Mark. Lil Mark got Brew City.
Okay.
He got Brew City down on East.
Mark Campbell.
Yeah, Mark Campbell.
Yeah.
It's my brother right there. One of the first guys to
Cream
ever
City
put
Social.
yeah, Cream City. I said Brew
Cream
City.
City.
I'm drunk, Mark. Don't kill me, baby. I'm tipsy,
No,
baby.
don't
I'm
even
feeling
lean.
good.
No,
Cream
definitely,
City.
Yeah, and I reached
my
out.
spot.
Hey, take when
The Alfredo spot.
Yeah, oh,
That's what I
man.
get. You need to name that motherfucker the Renzel. That's good
Definitely
too.
Buffalo Catfish all
Out
day.
the game.
Shout out my brother Mark, man. Shout out my brother
And
Mark.
good vibes, good temperature too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Smooth. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah,
That's where we was at.
Oh, ladies, you can selfie your ass off up in here.
And we up there freestyling this shit up
there.
there.
Up there. Yep, that's my brother.
Yeah. Shout out to Kickback.
Yeah, shout out to Kickback.
He been down. Mark been down since day one.
Crease, yeah. And the whole fam, yeah.
Mark been down since day one.
Out the game, yeah. Yeah, I fucks with Sam, man. He got showcased. Well, not showcased, but I heard some records.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I was supposed to hear the records, but I heard the records.
He's one of us.
That part, and I wanted to give him a big salute.
He's one of us.
Yeah.
He's one of us.
What about Dutch?
Definitely one of us.
The relationship or correlation?
Yeah, that started with I always knew him for shoes. He like a shoe goon. He the big shoe guy. And see, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So we from two different worlds, you would think, right? And one day he asked me
well, Havana Joe Stories shoe guy.
Right. They would have you believe in those two different worlds.
You know what I mean?
That gap been bridged.
But like he asked me one day, like, and I know he kind of more laid back and reserved, but he was like, man, we need to do some music. He just kind of threw it out there. I was like, all right, man, give me 2 double stacks. You know what I mean? This and that. He thought I was cracking a joke. So when he called, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do the verse for you, but what my double stacks? So he really brought the double stacks, but I'm really cracking the joke.
Yeah.
But serious, it can go either way.
Yeah.
Type shit. But we end up doing music and we never stop.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It just, it clicks. You know what I mean? It ain't forced, it clicks. And he's a solid individual. You know what I mean? A friend turned to a brother, man. Good guy. And we make good music together too.
Man,
Make good music together. He
definitely
really liked that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
To
Like,
pivot,
he's a music
you got something,
genius.
Brad?
Yeah.
No, I'm listening.
To pivot, what keeps you motivated to keep pushing within this music industry?
I think it's just the gift. The gift of Jap, the gift of Gab, the gift of just Mo. How can you retire something that keeps you breathing? You know what I'm saying? Music is like a pulse, it's everything. I go to sleep. Certain playlists. Like I go to sleep off music. That's what calms me down. When I get stressed out, I might play Otis Reddy. I might go into, you know what I mean? And I just play, everything is music.
I was just about to ask you.
You know what I mean? I get my calmness through music.
What's on your playlist right now?
I'm bumping Leon Thomas right now.
Mm-hmm.
He got the coldest album out to me right now.
Yeah.
Leon Thomas. Nasty. Like I'm big on production, composing.
Yeah.
Like I like to be
journey,
there. I like to be there
right?
with the. I like to be there with the
journey,
producer.
right?
Yeah,
You got to take me through a journey to where because
these
that
real
inspires
life
you to create.
these
right?
real life stories.
Right.
I can't pick a beat. I'm a rapper. I'm gonna rap. I'll rap on any beat you play.
Right.
But if you want to get that up out of me, you know what to play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the beauty thing when a producer and a rapper can get together and they find, you know, it's 1,000 songs. He got 1,000 beats. He got 5 different folders.
You got a million
that he trying
verses.
to go through.
You got a million verses or a million just thoughts that you want.
Attention span is low now. The older we get, because we got shit we got to do. Take care of.
Yeah, real shit, real nigga
everybody.
Shit. Yeah.
So it was like, oh, got to catch fam, man. But sometimes it just be.
Yeah.
It's that
organic,
easy.
And when it's organic, I think those are the best.
The beat gonna tell you everything to say.
Yeah.
Because life be life, and like the young folks say. I got a lot of shit to rap about.
I said the young folks say. What the fuck?
Like the young folks.
I got a lot of shit to rap about.
What name some promising things that you see in regards to the music industry, maybe social media, entertainment, what have you today? Name some promising things that you see coming out of that.
Definitely social media.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna cut you off, not to coach you or hold you. I'm gonna say you. To keep the pure craft, to keep the, you know what I'm saying, the direction of what this shit was built on. I'm gonna say that. But I'm gonna let you elaborate, please.
Well, you gotta have it, cause I'm not trying to. The motivation ain't to be signed. You know what I mean? It's just release. It's just good music.
Like you said there earlier, therapy.
It's
right?
therapy. It's therapy time. And
I'm gonna do this shit regardless.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this no matter what. But I do know the power that I contain, and this shit grows. You know what I mean? I gotta be ready.
Yeah, right.
That's why I don't like to drop as much as I used. You know, I'm a drop hit. I drops.
Yeah.
I had to slow down because I know what this shit entails.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to stop everything I'm doing, dedicate to this. You know what I mean? And I know that. Like right now, I gotta stop now I'm stopping what I'm doing then. It's promo time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's videos. They want all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't get the location. I didn't get an invite. I didn't need one. If a motherfucker would, if you'd have let anything slip through the cracks to where I knew where the fuck that motherfucker listening party with, I would have been there.
Now, let me speak on
I'd
that.
have been knocking at the door.
Now watch this.
Where we at?
Let me speak on that.
On game, bro.
Let me
no
speak
bullshit.
on that.
No, I fucks with you, Riz.
No, listen.
I fucks with you, right, man.
I'm gonna say I dropped the ball on that one. But watch this though. Everybody asks me what I'm doing for my birthday. I ain't really want to do too much. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, I've been working on this Havana Joe stories. Shit. Let's just get a couple of the folks together, just chill out in the studio. Yeah. Just, hear it loud. So we ain't gotta fuck with no neighbors and nothing. Let's just go to the studio and play some music. Loud. Let me let y'all hear what I got. So I really it didn't supposed to be that. It just so happened it was around that's what I wanted to do for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
But then it turned into that. Charlie Clips and all type of motherfuckers popping up and shit. I wasn't expecting that.
Black Elite Battle League, man.
But then again, I know how it can get.
My bad, a shameless plug. Black Elite Battle League.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so many people mad at me.
January 11th. No, gang.
I seen it too.
January 11th, man.
I definitely
Make sure
was
y'all tap in. Go ahead, Riz.
What you say, Riz?
No, it just
I seen it though. But look, so I didn't see. So you saying that how you saying it right now?
I didn't call
it wasn't the lead up.
No, I didn't call no media.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So when I like it kind of just popped up.
I told Soul,
and I was like, okay.
Soul was out of town, but it was just really supposed to be.
Right?
It really just supposed to be
funny.
It really just supposed to be a listening G, just to let the guys hear. Should I?
It just mold up with me.
But them impromptu parties would be the best ones, right?
Yeah.
We ain't even gonna act like that.
But it's one of them type of invites where you like, oh, RIZZY doing this.
No, niggas just say I wasn't in the inner circle. Niggas
nah, it ain't that. Cause it's some it was some motherfuckers that got the fam. They on my boots.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that motherfucker bumping, man.
It is.
Motherfucker want to be there for that one.
And it is on God.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know if you can take this in stride or not. I see a bigger event that you can throw because we on a promo run now.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm already publicist for.
I love it
for Havana Joe story. Yeah. You feel me?
Like, and we got the venues.
You feel what he's saying?
Yeah, we got the venues.
So I'm definitely want to pull up to that. You know what I'm saying? I think Brad feel the same. I don't know. I'm speaking for him.
No, so we need to do enough. We need to do a bigger.
Oh man.
No, I've been thinking about that. So we need to do a bigger listening.
Yeah.
So what's up with cocktails? New joint.
Options.
Options
or kinky. What that?
So that's what I'm saying.
Man,
we got options.
Let's go. You know, life is better with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's put something together.
Yeah, out the game.
That'd be nice.
If you could have a dream collab.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm trying to get, look, bro, this is what you do. You do this shit very well as well.
It's going to fuck y'all up.
If you had a dream collab, man.
It's going to fuck y'all up.
I'm talking about production. I'm talking about feature-wise. I'm talking about singer. Whatever this joint is. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you, like, right, even whether it's something that you wanted to or something that you thinking right now or some future-wise thing, What does that dream collab look like?
I'm scared to say this because every time I dreamed it happened. Every time.
I wouldn't be scared. Shit, let's
that feature list is crazy. It's the craziest. I tell you this. I'm gonna stand on this.
On what, bro?
I got the craziest feature list
100%
in Milwaukee history.
Yeah,
I got the craziest feature list ever. We can go Ice Cube. We can go every hot boy except for Wayne. But niggas will never. But go get them too. Niggas will never be able to get a Nipsey. That'll never happen.
That was some of the I wouldn't say fan favorites, but that was some of the people that had seen you on this journey. Those were some of the intuitive questions that was spoke about or that arose. Is what was the experience, man, with you rocking out with Nip?
And I brought his name up because that's the dream.
That was the dream.
That was it.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
That was it. Because I had the Business Boy produced the record. I was living in Vegas. We just working down there. Mm-hmm. Got mansion. Cousin came into a shitload of money. We working. We shooting our shot at this shit. I got the joint. Nipsey had just dropped Crenshaw. I'm already on him. But I had this song. They wanted to put Ty Dolla on it. It would have been the smart thing to do. But I'm like, no, let's go get Nip. But we ain't got no line on him. But we end up going down there and just walking in the store.
The Marathon joint? Or, no, the Crenshaw. It was probably
Crenshaw,
Crenshaw.
Yeah, it was the Crenshaw joint. Yeah, we parked in Louisiana Chicken. Walked across the street. Drove from Vegas. They was tripping on us. And I thought I was talking to Nip, but it was Black Sam. Then that's when he was tripping, like, where you from? I'm like, man, I drove from Milwaukee. And he like, man, you know, Nip had just sold all the CDs to Jay-Z and all that. You know how many people walking there trying to get a verse? Mm-hmm. So it was just crazy that everything worked out for me.
Divine intervention.
I left my number. Mm-hmm. He called back.
But you said that you alluded to that earlier about a motherfucker aura, like Milwaukee, man, Wisconsin, man. We got an aura. Like,
it wasn't nothing special. I just walked in the store.
Not even that. Like, not on a boastful type time.
No, but it's the aura.
But
it gotta be that.
Man, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a solid one.
Yeah.
It is special, though.
It's
like for all intents and purposes, it is special.
If it's enough to make you go through the channels to find out, you know, if you're gonna pull a file or if it's worth to go through all of that, then it's that phone gonna ring.
Yep, it's worth everything else for sure. Yeah. Cause I'm gonna say, man,
everywhere when you get there, be ready,
man. It's been all.
I'm a fan of this shit, so I know you. When I get there, I'm talking to him. I got the pint of act hanging out my pocket, so he, like this,
real shit.
So while he talking to me, he keep looking at the pocket, and I'm like, man, what sodas you drink? Go get the sodas. We finna get it on. He like, damn, they got the act. So we go to the studio, and then that's when I found out that the nigga was like, damn, I just met my version of Malcolm X or my version of Martin Luther King, like on some prophet shit. Like, dude was way past gone. You know what I'm saying? Cool as a motherfucker. Man, I just met the man. But the energy was so cold, I'm in his personal space. Yeah. Me, my guy KL. And,
shout out to KL.
And his son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to people, man.
And it worked out. Everything worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Then everything checked out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everything checked out.
Because he was a solid one.
Yeah,
like,
everything checked out. We ain't
holding no shit to the chest. Yeah, let's work.
Out.
We working? All right, okay. Yeah. He was definitely a visionary. And I would say that about you. I would say that also about everybody in this room, really. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Brad as well, you know what I'm saying? Saul, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? In the city, those collabs. I don't know. That might be difficult. You probably don't work with everybody.
The city collabs?
Yeah, you probably gonna work with
I don't
everybody.
Work with everybody, but
me included.
Yeah, you too.
Oh yeah. Oh, we still got some work to do.
Yes, we do.
Look,
you know you one of my favorites.
All right, I was trying to reach out on gang, bro.
No, fam. Think about the. No. Listen, though, on some real shit.
Shameless, right?
Think about.
Definitely
Think about in the lab, fam.
I love it. I do. I love it.
No, think about it, fam. Every time you play me something, what be my response? How I be acting, G?
Let's do it. No bullshit.
Dog, I really be. You can act so, fam, but you be talking shit, fam. I think you cold, fam. You be talking shit, dog.
Me and this nigga supposed to been.
Oh, this nigga be talking shit, fam.
We talked about that a lot at my last video shoot. We was, you know what I'm saying? So,
you know how many shows we did together, fam? And I used to be right there, fam. Like, dog, these niggas going crazy, fam.
Hey man, we putting on, man.
Y'all just got the goddamn. Y'all just building up the city right now.
I don't give a fuck. Hey, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm in the same space as you. I think, as far as like we just working, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, all of the outside noise and shit, it's just working, man. Figuring this thing out that we call life. Figuring this thing out that we call this quote unquote industry. And also trying to keep it as pure. And as, you know what I'm saying, to the chest as possible. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, and I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, bro.
That was for us. That was for us right there.
Okay, yeah. When you living how I'm living, man, that motherfucker up, P. So make sure y'all tap into that motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
I touched on it a little bit when I said your origin story, but it is somebody wanted me to ask about the battle rap RIZZY.
Yeah.
Why you stopped battle rap?
He was a motherfucker, man.
That part?
Oh, he was a motherfucker. Hungry.
Shit, he a motherfucker now.
He did what he needed to do.
Look, I ain't going out to the nigga.
He did it what he needed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just what was popping right then.
Yeah.
I was just always trained.
I think it was the foot in the door of this shit. Like you said, you had to prove, like, bro, I'm nice. You know
because this probably fresh off. I think this fresh off battle rap. I think this fresh off is like this when the hard head shit jumped off. So we known for being kind of wild at the time, and I was known for hooping. But then I got this little chip on my shoulder at this time, and
you said you laughed like that was I was
there. I don't know if they was with the rapping shit. They just wasn't. I had the battle, G. Niggas was coming, like niggas was pulling up, G. Niggas was trying to, man, I always had 15.
They wanted the nigga head.
Yeah, I always had 15 or 18 raps ready. I knew, and they was ready. I used to have to battle cool. So this where this come in at. So it was on. And back then, remember, this was before, we used to have to go to your hood. So we used to just pull up the niggas' hoods and shit like that.
Yeah, wasn't no TV, video.
This when Razor was doing it before the competition. I won that battle. Them niggas know. All the battle rap niggas know. They be trying to act like they don't know. They know.
Yeah, I chunk. Yeah, I eat.
They know. I was the boogeyman. I was the boogeyman.
Bad to pivot.
Cause I get on your ass and then go flossing. In
the Havana Jones with the motherfucking button up that time.
Jacket pulling up jacket. Yeah. We deep as a bitch. We wild. Yeah, it was like that. Yeah. The cool dude that could talk that shit. Yeah.
To pivot, man, is there any regrets or things that you could have changed or that you wish you would have changed or handled better, personal, family, the streets, business-wise, career-wise? What is it? Any regrets?
I try to live my life without regrets. I think everything happened for a reason, but it's one thing, though, that hunts me. If I can go back, I wouldn't change nothing but just staying out of town.
Say it again.
Just staying gone.
Staying gone.
That was, I should have been selfish at that time. Cause I wasn't thinking me. I was thinking moms, hood.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is a good opportunity. And I wasn't even fully in yet.
That was character, though. That's just character, though, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And responsibility, I would think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at that time, it's so young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's on your shoulders, P, to break these generational curses. And you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That was a motherfucker. Yeah, that's a motherfucker, though. That's one of the things that kind of, because I'm like, damn, because everybody who from that era did they shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people forget, like, the two hottest unsigned artists in 1998 was RIZZY and Meek.
Talk that talk.
You know what I'm saying? Documented. Like, bidding wars.
Yeah.
Bidding wars. Ross wanted me bad. But, no. I don't know what the fuck happened why we didn't go that way. But, ooh.
Yeah, I'm in visualizing that now. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
that's why the single
for the better
that's
too.
why the single didn't come out or nothing.
Too, right?
It could have been. That's why I rooted for Meek. I used to always root for Meek because I was like, I was a step away from that.
Yeah.
I remember the tweet went out doing, because Meek was with T.I., Jeezy at the time. But Ross is building Maybach. And he want to start the label off with
a break-in.
Me or the young bud from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
The little young dude we hear. The nigga with the Wendy's chain.
Yeah.
You think me and Saul in Atlanta, we running through that motherfucker. We flying wherever we need to go. Whatever's going on,
Big
we
joints,
popping
glissy.
up. Man, it's going down.
Yeah.
It's going down. I'm utilizing every situation, every tool we got.
Me. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Utilizing that shit. Yeah, but if I could have just stayed down there and stayed gone. But one thing I do know, you can't change these. It was never a big budget or nothing. Like no real label, no stability. This shit was just off the muscle and just off everybody just dedicating their skill to pushing it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that played a part.
Hustling in for the lack of better term, like not, you know what I'm saying, to say someone was trying to get over, et cetera, but like it was just,
yeah.
I'm in them rooms, I'm in them spaces.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it do what the fuck it do. You know what I'm saying?
And we know where this money coming.
And I'm a solid one, so it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna come. The money coming.
Yeah, we know where this
coming. Don't even lean on
we
that.
know how this shit getting funded. So if it's a domino effect, if found people get knocked, it's gonna affect me.
Oh, okay.
Down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This window of opportunity is only open for so long. You got to think this back then. Tone, RIZZY, you need 10,000 to do this and do this and do that. I bet. Hey fam, I need 10,000. Check off the hat. I got 10,000 to do what we need to do. This got to get paid for. This got to get mixed. This got to, you know what I mean? This is just me making calls. Fam, I need 3,500 for this. Niggas just, that's how real the love was. And I'm telling Tone, like, bro, we need something, bro. Like, I'm draining my people. Like, they out there taking penitentiary risks and everything. And, you know, the right person getting knocked is over. The whole shebang gone. Niggas
we need this bag need to move.
This
basically.
the time Fred get killed.
Because you the bag.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
But ain't nobody seeing it like that because niggas are so stuck in doing what they doing. You know what I mean? Like, we wasn't super deep at a lot of shows because niggas got to catch their heads. No, this was going on. Niggas didn't really get it until like, whoa. I remember setting up for the Jacking video. Niggas didn't really believe it was going to be a video shoot until the police pulled up like, man, you need to go get a permit and do this and do that. This shit is big.
Wow. And it still was deep as a motherfucker. It wasn't as
They just
deep.
made me take the right steps.
Okay.
But I'm not looking at it like, they like, no, this shit popping up in Wisconsin Dells and Flyers. Because we paid for some promo.
Yeah.
And it got real. Like, damn, that motherfucker might be somebody. You gotta think, I'm still a little cool, little Pope. 29th Street. I'm still stuck under that. The Ray RIZZY shit, I rarely get a chance to live up to it because I'm still my brother's little brother.
Man, that's
who
just
gets celebrated so much.
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
So the Ray RIZZY shit really don't be
just
having nothing on being cool little brother.
That's still just,
you know what I'm
solid,
saying?
Though. That's just groundbreaking. being grounded. You know what I'm saying? Because what you was alluding to is motherfuckers don't know, or the people that don't know, they was like, nah, I'm one of those ones because I come off of this tree. I come off of this, you know what I'm saying? These are the roots. So that, you know what I'm saying? But all it is you stepping into that fold, and you stepped into that fold, I think, very comfortably.
Man, I appreciate that.
You feel me? If there was any message that you wanted the listeners or viewers to take away, you know what I'm saying, from this installment, whether it be Havana Joe stories or prior projects, or just you as a person, a businessman, artist, you know what I'm saying, what would that be?
Just to, because I put a lot of this through my music. So I just advise everybody.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, I advise everybody to go back.
But you know, you got some people that may not catch it.
Yeah, but I want them to really go back and try to catch it for certain reasons. If I made a move that you didn't agree with or understand, do the research on it. I'm pretty sure I spoke on it. You know what I'm saying? Or understand why. Or get to know me. You know what I mean? And this CD, Havana Joe Stories, I kind of went a little more deeper and personal so they can understand some things. You know what I'm saying? So all you got to do is listen.
Shit.
That's all people got to do is just listen.
Just rock out with me.
Just rock out. You know what I mean?
You
go on that journey.
You know what I'm saying? Jump in the car, go to Illinois, go to motherfucking Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Some
go
good
to
Jap
Indiana.
with some good beats.
You know what I'm saying? Put that motherfucker on, slide. You know what I'm saying?
And they want to give it, you know, motherfuckers be wanting to give it to a motherfucker. They know I check out all boxes on this. You know what I'm saying? But
well,
sometimes
you've been checking all boxes, boss.
Yeah, but you know,
we just got to get it to them. They don't know what they want to listen to until we give it to them. Yeah. Gang.
Like I read, somebody sent me something, right? And it said, I don't know who it was from, it was random. It was just like a screenshot. Like, damn, I think the city might have dropped the ball on RIZZY. He was like, I think we might have dropped the ball on RIZZY. Like years later, it's like, but I get it because my curse is that I'm past gone.
I don't even want to hear that.
No, I'm past.
You want to hear that, Brad?
I'm past.
I don't want to hear that.
No, listen.
No, I want to hear what I'm past gone as far as what?
Sometimes I talk faster.
Right.
I talk like the speed of light.
Tomorrow is more relevant to you than today is for them.
Yeah, just like Havana Joe Stories I could play a song that I did 7 years ago that is relevant.
Yeah, for sure.
Because good music is timeless. Capsules. You know what I mean? Art is timeless. You know what I mean? We still admiring things that was done
Basquiat
30,000 years ago.
Van Gogh type time.
You know what I mean?
Real shit is undeniable anyway, no matter what genre.
Can't deny this shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's authentic. It's authenticated. I got the authenticators on here with me.
And a lot of times, real shit is not as appreciated when it comes out. I'm gonna tell you something. I told somebody this a while ago that the world didn't love Pac as much as it does right now when he was alive.
They ain't understand what he was saying.
Right. That's what I'm like. Popularity, notoriety, all of those different things.
But they were living in it.
Right, but I'm saying though, so check it out. Like the things we study now, whether it's 1984 by George Orwell or Me Against the World or The 40 Laws of Power from 26 years ago, all these different things, like at that time, they want to appreciate it because it's dismissive because we don't really understand how it is relevant as it pertains to our existence at that time. So when you talk about I'm jacking, and that was 16 years ago, I know how it felt. I wasn't out, but I was in the joint, so I know, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, so I understand what you mean when you say you too far gone, because a lot of times, man, when you let a balloon go, you don't realize how it's not going to be devoid of helium for a little while. It's going to be up there in the atmosphere for a long time. So it's the people that are more involved in their thinking and more involved in their morals that really understand the importance of something like G and X or Havana Joe Stories that made 2024 a hell of a lot more entertaining musically than what it would have been had those projects not come out.
Yeah. But in layman's terms, to what you're saying, I just always, whatever age I'm at, I'm 13 years older than that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
and that's
like
just
mentally,
layman,
and that's how. So Maya Angelou said, "Easy reading is hard writing." So whatever you went through writing this shit, whether it was reminiscing on something that was nostalgic that may have caused you pain or brought you joy,
Pleasure, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like that is what makes Havana Joe Stories as important as it is to the culture in its totality as any other project that could have come out this year, whether it was anything by Don Tripp, because the nigga been going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
He been having a
Whether
run.
anything by Don Tripp, anything by Kendrick, anything by Cole or whoever else, Benny the Butcher and the whole Griselda, like this shit is just as important as all of that.
If I was in the game, that'd be up. It'd be up for album of the year. Like if I was competing,
totally agree.
if I was competing on that level with the Kendricks and all that,
I totally agree. Because it's in the same vein as Michael.
I didn't give you that side as into non-agreeance. I gave you that side as into like, I don't know. We touched on this earlier as far as correlation and relatability. Somebody that I could, again, not just saying that you're gonna answer every call. You know what I'm saying? He's about to be a nigga getting booked. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So put a tab on it or bag out on it. But someone that I could touch and has seen the journey, understands the journey, understands when you put that penmanship to pad, whether you padding it or not, or when you go in that booth and lock in, you know what I'm saying? Like what Brad, piggyback off of what Brad was saying, is so how correlated and relatable it is. Like I'm putting it there. I'm giving it that. I like fuck all this industry shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
man,
the
what you just said,
that one, you know
Riz,
what I'm saying? The circles that one had to be
as
in
far
to
as,
be, you know what I'm saying, notarized by the world. But I think that's the purpose of the platform that we're in right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Is to shed light to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give an explanation, actually, you know what I'm saying? Because I could drop 5 joints right now. Yeah, the city might go crazy over them. They could be the dopest shit in you know what I'm saying, in the world. But again, we looking for some kind of, I don't know, approval from this quote unquote industry.
You got weird moments where everything just align.
Yeah.
Like this is my powder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is for Cuckoo, I would say Walking Dead.
Ooh.
Because that's my favorite Cuckoo album.
Fucking with it.
But this is my powder. Like, shit. But what people don't know, my debut album on CTE, I always wanted my debut album to be called Havana Joe Stories. So that always been a play. As you can see, I've been recording for it years ago.
Yeah.
But right now, it just made sense.
Yeah.
Just to
The collection.
add on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
this to
put
Milwaukee.
to that collection.
Ever since I got them 2 joints from Soul, I've been trying to pair shit up to that.
Make it make sense.
To make it make sense sonically.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
For 7 years.
What does success look like for you?
Different streams of income, mentally strong, physically able, and loyalty still intact. My morals. The bare necessities is all taken care of.
That part.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I didn't, you know what I mean? This is the goal. This can be outside, can still go where I want to go. You know what I mean? For the most part, just be self-aware and protected, but I don't got a 30, 40 deep. No, I know I ain't did nothing to nobody, you know what I mean?
Right.
you know, you just gotta always be protected.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean.
But other than that, it ain't no
6-7 cents, right?
Ain't nothing on my head. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean? I can maneuver around the city.
Fuck nobody over
with a lot of love.
Yeah,
ain't nothing fucked over. Like
the intangible things that help you navigate whatever aspect of life.
Yeah, I
definitely feel that.
Yeah, can't nobody say I did something to him. They might say what I didn't do for him.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But they can't say he did this to me.
Yeah. And that's rooted in some other shit.
That's just some other shit. You know what I mean?
That's some other shit.
You know, we can't move how people want us to move at certain times.
Sure.
But I always try my best to validate anybody who reached out. You know what I mean? That was one of the things Tone used to be mad at me about. Too available.
Yeah.
I mean, you make yourself too available, but I ain't know the difference. Like, this the time.
Right. Where can they find you on the social medias, man, and grab this Havana Joe stories?
We on all platforms. We on Apple Music. We on Tidal. We on Spotify, YouTube, my favorite, because it's easy access. iTunes. We ain't do nothing other special than that. Just a good grab. You know, don't stream it. I mean, this the first album I had. Because I never stopped dropping, but this is the first album I had in a long time where I got like 5 songs with stars on it. Usually only be like the first 1 or 2. Because them be the first ones people listen to, but it's spreading. You could tell people listening.
It's a cohesive.
Yeah, I'm getting calls from the family. Like, whatchamacallit mad at you? They said you dissed her. You know what I mean? It's some talk. People listening.
Yeah.
They trying to decipher shit. That's a good album.
Yeah.
They trying to see if I did. This person say I did. This person say I didn't.
And again, it's still
because I'm talking real shit.
Yeah, it's real shit, and it's through my lens.
Yeah.
Like, so if it's some things that we need to patch up, here's a good time.
Yeah.
You feel what I mean?
Yeah, because a diss is short for disrespectful, and I'm not a disrespectful guy. You know what I mean? Especially to my women. I never. You know what I mean? But this is my moment for me to speak my truth. So
this is
my therapy.
This is to Milwaukee what Michael was to Atlanta last year.
Say that.
Killer Mike. Real shit.
Say that. Yeah, no, this is that.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. No bullshit. Like it's it's not only listenable, it got replay value.
Yeah, it does.
The production is A1.
Yeah.
The lyricism on it is golden. There's some good jap on there. The commentary is probably won't be able to get it in that form.
Like I said, you did a great job at recreating this nostalgia.
Natural though.
The storytelling. Again, it's a good project for you to take a journey on.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could be, and the way you organized it, you could be in the crib. You could be out there doing your thing. You know what that mean? You know what I'm saying? And you can put it on the highway. You feel me?
It's still some hidden gems in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Quotables. There's a lot of quotables on there. You could just hear the growth. You know what I mean? You just hear the growth.
Nigga, you been doing this shit from day one.
But the way it's like, I never felt the process changed though.
Yeah.
Cause y'all know I write.
Okay.
So this probably the first time you know what I mean? I got this. I'm sitting down chilling. I ain't standing up.
Yeah.
I'm at the crib. I ain't really at the yo. I'm just comfortable. Then we'll take the music and you know what I'm saying?
Them bring about different thoughts.
Yeah.
That shit like that.
So I'm writing it right there on the spot. Yeah. So when I got this beat, let me write it right here on the mic. That's the process I usually write.
Yeah.
But and now it's just life been so real that I got to get this shit up out of me.
And you reach a level of comfort, you know, once you look, man, I always say a little bit of difference goes a long way. When you really stop giving a fuck about what a whole bunch of people think, and
that's true.
You know, I don't care if it's your relatives or whoever it is. Once you get to that space in life, it's like, man,
like the shit I went
play
through.
Something for me.
I never been in a position where, it was always somebody I was scared of, like my mother or somebody I knew that if they tell, like, I hope they don't tell. You know what I mean? That word.
Yeah,
like, I hope she don't know.
Yeah.
I hope. But when she passed, everything gone. So it's like, it's a different
now
type
you gonna
of
tell.
Yeah, like so I don't play about me
for sure.
Like
for
that
sure.
no more.
Keep those principles intact.
Yeah, I never been that. I always been kind of past. You know what I mean? Smooth, non-confrontational. Yeah. You know what I mean? I let shit pass, as long as it ain't physical or demeaning.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
But now I can't even fake it no more. I can't even play.
And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Life has a funny way of making you choose whatever direction you're gonna go in. And whether it's gonna be what was yesterday or what I'm about to embrace.
That's some real shit right there.
You know what I'm saying? And like there's defining moments. For some people it's a job, for some people it's having a child, for some people it's, you know, a parent passing, when you can say life was like this before that and it hasn't been like this since then. And that moment right there is a moment that most people cherish and don't even realize they cherish, but consciously I can tell that you embrace that moment and say, hey, it's the new right, this is what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I started a trucking company, Capital Trucking.
Mm-hmm.
So I do the trucking every day, and I bump it. It happens all the time. Like I go trucking, I'll be dressed like this. I'm still out there, like you know what I mean? Because I got to put myself in the mind of I'm finna go knock my heads down.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
absolutely, yeah.
I got my radio. I'm still grooving.
Yeah.
I'm walking to these warehouses, and I be fucking these people up. And some people be like, "Hey man, you look like RIZZY." I be like, "Yeah, that's me." They be like, "Man, wow, man." Take up in there taking pictures. It make my day go fast as fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm motivated to still go do this music shit because they asking like, "Man, bro, want to hear some music, bro? I like this song," and they go with detail. So I'm like, damn, there's people there's people who still, like ain't no way you can make that up.
Yeah,
ain't no way. You know what I mean? People know people off the CD. You know what I mean? Man, how your one guy doing? Like they be asking me about the guys in the hood that they don't know him. I just rapped about him 3-4 times.
Yeah.
How fam doing, man? You got to do that. Like, damn, you peep that? Damn, okay.
That's a real
this shit,
shit,
this
though.
shit really like that, huh? Okay.
Yeah. It's the same shit. Niggas wouldn't know 29th Street, not you. But yeah, that too. But us. But, you know, without Sebo.
I thought he was from around the corner.
You're right, exactly. That's why I said that. That's why I said that. Look.
See,
fuck me up.
See, that's why a lot of people question me about it. I'm like, it was like they probably not know him or whatever. I was like, well, yeah, you wasn't in this field. It's a deep field right here,
man.
boy.
You said 29th Street.
That's equivalent to Snoop. Keep repping the East Side. So the East Side niggas,
right?
That's rare for us,
nigga. Now, and we were
to get that.
Again, like you said, we related to that because it was like shit. We was A-War fan, and you know what I'm saying. Mobile, you understand me, and you know what I mean. Out in that field too, like the same thing, the correlation between P or some shit like that, or even some, you know what I'm saying, some with the hot boys.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. They just. I don't know. It was a different field, bro. There was the music on Top Authority and shit like that. I got one for bro. This the music we was Baby Drew, Cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? This was the music we was DRE type. You know what I'm saying? Type time.
You wanna know what was my proudest moments? What's dog? That? Pimp Snooki had a party at Coco's. He had Sebo there. And everybody was waiting on Cool to come in the door. Came in the door. He seen Sebo G. He like lifted up his shirt. He had the 2-9 tattoo. Like, yeah, nigga, Garden Block, the Capitol Drive, nigga, Sacramento, Milwaukee,
that type
nigga.
of shit. Yeah,
Sebo was like, I heard about you. They told me to get ready for you. Come here, gangster. And I was just so happy for him, G. Like, I think after that, Cool was like, I'm straight. I can get up out of here now. I'm straight. I just met the nut, nigga. I'm good. And I'm sitting there looking. And I knew then, like, yeah, it ain't gonna get no better than this. That's it. And Sebo fucked with him all night, man. They freestyled. He rapped. He said his best raps ever. If y'all know Cool Love, Mini Mac 14, goddamn F with the Big, the Godfather, the 2-9 Duns. He got the mixtape ready for Bo. We gonna drop the 2-9 Duns. We gonna Bo fucking with him.
God, the guy.
I love seeing that shit. That shit. Yeah, but that nigga Sebo, boy, goddamn, that nigga fucked my life up.
It took us there. It took us there. No bullshit.
Shit.
Yeah.
You know, and he's still cold.
He's still,
That's love like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I never forget when him in 2001, when Black Movement came out, him and Brother Lynch. I thought that was the greatest shit in the world. I was like, this was the collab I didn't realize I needed. Not wanted. I didn't realize I needed this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, man.
That nigga Pac wanted Bo. If he wouldn't died, boy, we would have seen some shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, the game.
Definitely.
Yeah. Shout out to Bo.
Man, we gonna rap, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, this again.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, at the game. You know what I'm saying? This again has been another installment of Talk BT podcast with my favorite puller, Cap Draw legend, RIZZY. Make sure y'all go tap in. You know what I'm saying? Stream, download that project, Havana Joe Stories. Again, I repeat.
Classic.
Yeah, big classic. I repeat, Havana Joe Stories. You feel what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Talk Big Teeth. We talk back, gang.
Somebody had to lay the talk about it, my nigga. All the shit we survived. The struggle to stay alive.
Yeah.
Havana Joe Stories.
Real shit when you break down my balls, I talk to him. Kitchen table full of pounds and work, we run through it. Never put your heat out on the man that don't use it. Came up on Baby Jew gangsta music.
Oh, yeah. Slow motion. That's the type of time that we own.